You always had such an imagination, but sometimes it could go a little overboard, where you would talk to a person that wasn't specifically there. Specifically a teen boy that had a pale white face, no eyelids, and a carved smile. Your parents started to worry, and that's how you ended up here, at therapy. How long has this been going on? The therapist said. Your head suddenly perked up, as you said, "It started whenever I was 4. The therapist looked at you, then at her clipboard. She wrote something down, but you couldn't see what it was. After many minutes of talking to the therapist, you left. It was almost midnight. You started to walk until a voice entered your head. Moving on to part 2. A voice enters your head. Hey there, beautiful. You turn around sharply to find a guy you didn't know. He came closer to you. You found yourself in an alleyway. The guy suddenly pinned you to a wall and started to kiss your neck until he stopped. You suddenly felt a cold liquid run down your neck. You looked down at the guy you looked down to see the guy with a knife in his head. He falls back. You instantly look around for your savior, but saw nothing. You felt a hard but soft object behind you. You instantly turn around sharply to see your childhood friend, Jeff. Your eyes widen as you thank him many times. Yeah, it's whatever, kid, Jeff said, looking down at you. Compared to him, you were short. You were 5'1", while he was 6'4". You looked familiar, Jeff said, tilting his head. You don't remember me? You said. Nope, Jeff said, walking off. Wait! You yelled. What do you want, kid? Hey, you okay? He waved his hand in front of your blushing face. Now that you can see him in the light, he looked kind of hot. And that's part 2. I gotta wait for this video to do its thing. Sorry for the interruption. Part 3. You stumbled on your words as you looked him in his night sky eyes. He then cut off your staring as he walked into the darkness of the night. You didn't try to go after him because you knew y'all would meet again. The next morning, you got up out of bed and ran downstairs. I'm sorry about that. You got up out of bed and... Gosh darn it. The next morning, you got out of bed and ran downstairs and then headed out the door. Of course, you couldn't go back to see Jeff just yet. You had school. As you walked into the school, you felt everyone... You felt... But everyone in the room just laughed. You shook it off, and as you picked up your books and papers, picked up your books and papers. What? Papers you dropped. You felt a hand slap your butt. You turned around sharply, then announced to the room, I shall be right back. Grabbing the boy's hand, still not knowing who he is, you got out. You got outside, and then the boy then said, "Remember me, sweetie?" You look at the boy. It was your ex. Then said, "Why are you here? Are you?" Your sentence being cut off as he grabbed your